The Yankees win a wild one in the Bronx 6-5. There's a ton to unpack in this one, but let's start in the first inning where Michael King got the start and he continued his early inning struggles. He gave up a 2-run shot to Ryan O'Hearn, and this was the 8th run that King's allowed in the first inning in just 5 starts this year. He talked about after the game how he needs to figure something out. He needs to get the ball rolling early on because after that, King was solid. He pitched to 2 outs into the 5th inning. He was relieved by Chad Green, who came in with the bases loaded, but he got out of it. Chad Green would go on to pitch 2 more scoreless innings, keep the Royals at 2 runs. But on the offensive side of the ball, they were kind of all over the place tonight. They continued struggling with runners in scoring position. They left the bases loaded 3 times. They had 11 walks in this one. They were not able to capitalize on those walks until late in this one. The only offense they had early on was a Clint Frazier 2-run double in the 4th to tie things at 2. The score stayed tied at 2 until the top of the 8th inning, where Zach Britton gave up a solo shot to Carlos Santana to give them a 3-2 lead. And at this point, it looked like it could be a typical 2021 Yankees loss where they're not able to break away. They let the other team hang in there too late, and then that other team takes the lead. But it was not the case. Rougned Odor hit a 2-run shot to give the Yankees that lead, 4-3, and it set up an Aroldis Chapman save situation. The Yankees looked like they could steal this one, sneak away with the win where they really did struggle to get the big hit. But Chapman got in some trouble on his own. He got 2 outs pretty early on, but then he kind of lost the plate. They made a call to intentionally walk Carlos Santana to load the bases, and he threw 4 straight balls to the backup catcher, none near the zone, and then he was followed by a Ryan O'Hearn infield single, and suddenly the Royals took a 5-4 lead, and it looked like the Yankees would go down in crushing defeat, but Gary Sanchez, who really has been the Yankees' hottest hitter as of late, he's had huge hits in all their recent wins. He had a solo shot to tie the game at 4, and you could just feel it being in the stadium. This brought the air back into the stadium. It brought the air back into the bats. It was Gary's 7th homer in his last 22 games. He's a 1,135 OPS over that span. Stanton followed him up with a single to right field. He was pinch ran for Tyler Wade, who got to second on a wild pitch, which set up Luke Voit, who just came off the IL the other day. He had a home run and a triple in his first game back, and he continued to make an impact early on after his IL stint. He had a walk-off single that was off the wall in left field. It gave the Yankees this huge win that they really did need. They could not afford to lose the season series to the Royals so easily, especially after the baseball they've played is late. Luke Voit, after the game, talked about the impact that Gary Sanchez had in this one and kind of the way he's been able to get going as of late.
I mean, the guy's locked in right now. I said this earlier, but we're finally seeing what the Kraken is when he's unleashed, and he's been positive through everything. And finally, I think things are starting to click with his swing, and it's a huge pickup. Off Greg Holland, who couldn't get a heater by Gary, but his at bats have been great lately, and it's fun to watch finally in person instead of on TV.
Tomorrow, the Yankees will look to turn to Jameson Taillon. It's a quick turnaround. It's a 1:05 start time. Taillon struggled last time out, but he looks to get on track here in the rubber match of this series. For WFUV Sports, I'm Ryan Gregware, reporting live from Yankee Stadium.